Hi, and welcome to AppExchange Mavericks. I'm Chris Zullo. I am Marketing Cloud Practice Director for All Cloud. I'm a Salesforce MVP and Marketing Champion, and I'm here today with DESelect CEO Anthony Lamot, who's here to talk about his AppExchange product. Anthony, could you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Chris. And it's a pleasure seeing you again, of course. Hi, everyone. I'm Anthony. I'm the CEO and co-founder at DESelect. We position ourselves as the marketing data enabler for Salesforce AppExchange. And while we are a European company headquartered in Antwerp, Belgium, we recently opened our office here in beautiful Austin, Texas.
Awesome. Thank you for that introduction, Anthony. I'd love to ask you about what challenges you're solving with DESelect for Marketing Cloud today.
You know, it really started with doing Marketing Cloud projects myself, where I saw marketers struggle with SQL. Now, SQL is essentially a programming language that you use to manage your data in Marketing Cloud. But unfortunately, most marketers, they don't really like it, or they're just not familiar with it. So we thought about this intuitive drag and drop segmentation solution that is just massively efficient for our customers. And that's really our flagship product, which is known as DESelect Segment. But along the way, having conversations with customers, a new theme appeared. And that was that customers would essentially say something like, oh, we love your segmentation solution, looks really intuitive, but we don't have the data in Marketing Cloud yet. Now, after hearing this for a couple of times, we essentially said, okay, we need to solve this. And that's where we introduced DESelect Connect, which is a no-code integration solution to link up other data sources to the Salesforce Marketing Cloud. But you know what, Chris? I have a treat for you. Let's just take a peek at DESelect Segment right now. So here is DESelect directly inside of SFMC. And on this screen, you get an overview of selections. And these are building blocks for your segment. Let's create a selection together. First, you can combine different data extensions, DEs. And you can also define how they are related. Next, we can define filters. These can be simple or complex, for instance, by counting or summing up related records. Once done, you can define a target data extension in which the data will be stored. We make this step really easy by letting you create a new DE on the fly, and you can also add different kinds of custom values. One of our more advanced features is prio deduplication, which allows you to deduplicate records based on one or multiple rules. When everything's configured, you can run a preview to see how many results you got and what they look like. And if you are happy with the preview, you can actually run the selection and the results will be stored in the target DE available for your next campaign. From within the admin panel, admins can manage users, pick lists, predefine relations between DEs, and even control access from and to which folders DEs can actually be accessed. And if that wasn't enough, you can even create a waterfall selection by chaining selections for multiple levels of filtering. And this was just an overview, of course. If you'd like to see more, I'd invite you to visit DESelect.com to get a demo.
Well, that's great to hear, Anthony. And as somebody who uses DESelect, I am benefiting from it today. But I would love to hear how DESelect is helping customers today. Is there any examples that you can share with me?
Yeah, sure, Chris. I mean, once again, I think it's a really good question. So first off, we have a number of really cool success stories I'm very proud of, and you can find them on our website. But let's just take two that I really like personally. One, A1 Telecom, which is this major telecommunications company back in Europe. Now, they have commented that DESelect essentially turned their marketers into data experts. And I love that feedback because it shows that it's more than a tool. We actually help these marketers get a better understanding of their own data. So that's one. Another one that I'm really fond of is a company named Onbrand. Onbrand is in the financial services industry. They're based out of Denmark, and they had been using Marketing Cloud for a while already and had very experienced Salesforce Marketing Cloud architects on board. But they were still looking to gain more efficiency. Now, their VP of Marketing has commented that DESelect Segment has helped them achieve just that and increase their marketing efficiency with 50%, which is amazing. And clearly they're very happy because recently they also started using DESelect Connect, which they're using to integrate without any code their call center software into the Salesforce Marketing Cloud.
Thanks for sharing those examples, Anthony. I'd love to get your take on why you think there's such a demand for marketing enablement tools today?
Yeah, I think it's interesting to look into like why is there so much trend towards marketing data enablement? And in itself, it's not new, right? People have been doing email database marketing essentially since the 80s. What has changed is the terminology to describe that, and what has also changed is this much more of a focus, let's say, on the enablement part, which is all to do with making sure marketers have like their own data superpowers and are not technically dependent. And I think one of the key drivers for that has to do with talent. So, I mean, let me ask you a question, Chris. You run a marketing cloud practice at All Cloud. How easy is it to find Salesforce Marketing Cloud consultants or developers these days?
It definitely is not easy to find, and this tool has definitely made it easier to bring more people involved into the practice. So definitely helping.
Right, and I see that too. Running a software company, obviously finding great tech talent is hard. And I think this is really one of those main drivers towards no-code solutions or low-code solutions for that matter that we see globally, really. And that's just one aspect of it. Now, there was already this trend for decades of traditional marketing going into more and more digital marketing, but obviously COVID-19 has really further accelerated that. And that's really something we see as well in our business that seems to be one of the main drivers for this evolution towards marketing data enablement.
I have one last question for you. In your words, who is the ideal customer for DESelect?
Right, so let's put on our marketing hat for a moment and think about our personas. I would say the person we engage most often with is that kind of marketing leader that really understands efficient marketing operations. Now that person comes with different job titles or different hats, but it's usually someone in marketing ops, marketing automation. It might also be a product owner for MarTech in a larger enterprise. And of course, we see VPs of marketing and marketing directors. Now, the type of companies we typically serve are mid-market to enterprise, and I would really say that last category is really growing in the DESelect family. And so I would say a surprising number of these companies, because we're built on top of Marketing Cloud, so a large number of these companies have already been using Marketing Cloud for a while, and they're just really looking to upgrade their stack. But ever more, thanks to great SI partners such as All Cloud, they make their clients aware in the middle of an implementation already and give them the foresight to consider marketing data enablement, as they are just starting their journey, and that's really cool.
It's been very informative with all of the information you've shared with me today. Where should customers go if they want to learn more about DESelect?
Sure, if you want to learn more about DESelect, you should go to our website, which is DESelect.com. And of course, you can also find us on Salesforce AppExchange, where we have multiple listings.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for spending time with me today. As always, it's a pleasure to connect with you. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, Chris, thank you. The pleasure's been mine. And just to express our thanks to you, you're familiar with our penguin mascot, Didi, right? So we got a little something for you. We're going to send over this little guy to your home address as a thanks.
Awesome. Love seeing him swim across my screen every time I open up DESelect. That's awesome.